So you're what, 17?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not supposed to be chained at this table. Would it be fair to say that you made a bad decision?
Very bad. Now I might not get out.
Meet 17-year-old Kalisha Watson. Right now, this teenager is in the middle of realizing that murdering someone comes with a life behind bars.
I just want to go home. I don't think I'm going nowhere. I can't get my life away, bro.
But Kalisha's story is far from over, because using his singular brain cell, he has left behind a damning trail of evidence that will help detectives put this monster away once and for all.
You didn't know they were going to go around there early morning.
They killed me?
Yeah, they killed him. That's what this is, homicide investigation.
And now it's time for you to start getting right and telling us the whole story.
The Oakwood Terrace apartments in Pensacola, Florida had a reputation for frequent crime and a heavy police presence. But on the night of June 27, 2018, an incident would shake the community in a way that even this complex wasn't prepared for. Just before 11 p.m., 911 calls flooded in reporting gunshots. When deputies arrived, they found 18-year-old Abel Kane in the driver's seat of his car, suffering from gunshot wounds to the chest. Although first responders rushed him to the hospital as fast as possible, Abel would not survive his injuries. Abel was a rising senior at Pine Forest High School. He loved the beach, loved soccer, and had plans to become an electrician, being deeply loved by those around him. That night, all he was doing was giving a friend a ride home, leaving investigators with two questions: who killed him and why? Using surveillance footage and witness statements, investigators quickly identified three suspects: 16-year-old Vincent Winchester, 17-year-old Kalisha Watson, and 18-year-old Demetrius Caesar. While Vincent and Kalisha were arrested within 48 hours, Demetrius tried to evade authorities. Fortunately, he only made it to Louisiana before police caught up with him nearly a month later. Of the three, 17-year-old Kalisha Watson was the most cooperative. He had no criminal record, a 1-year-old daughter, and had never been arrested before in his life. So if detectives wanted answers, Kalisha was their best bet, and his interrogation will reveal everything that happened to Abel.
Let's talk about yesterday. Just kind of tell me what you did yesterday.
I was in Mayfair.
You were in Mayfair? Who are you with?
This boy named Talib.
No,
And my
who's...
baby mama.
Huh?
Well, I was with my baby mama and her cousin.
You were with your baby mama and your cousin?
Yes, her cousin.
Her cousin? Okay. Now, what time do you think you woke up yesterday?
Well, I really was around 11.
You think you woke up around 11? Now, when you woke up, where were you at?
My baby mama's house.
Is that over where we got you from today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, do you stay over there pretty often? Because y'all have a child together.
Yeah, I'll watch it while she go to work.
Where does she work at?
McDonald's.
Which one?
Washington. No one in Washington.
Okay. Did she work yesterday?
Mm-mm.
Do you have a job?
Not yet.
Not yet. Do you do any kind of work at all? No. So yesterday, you say that you were over there and you guys woke up about what time?
11.
All right. And when you woke up, who all was there?
Me, her mama was at work. I think I slept there with there too. Yeah, he was there in the front room.
Okay.
And her brother.
And her brother? Who's her brother?
Devion.
Devion? What's his last name?
I think.
Devion. How old's he?
He's probably around my age.
Did you know him before her?
Yes, yeah, yes, ma'am.
So is that how you met her? Through him?
Well, we're in the pool.
Huh?
We're in the pool. I met her at the pool.
Oh, okay. Like one of those Roger Scott or something?
Melissa.
All right, so you wake up and it's you, her stepdaddy,
And the baby.
the baby, and then him. Okay. Did you go anywhere?
Mayfair.
What time do you think you went to Mayfair?
around that time. About like 12.
Okay.
Well, afternoon.
And then when you went to Mayfair, it was you and who?
Her and her cousin Diamond.
Diamond? Does her cousin live there with her? Where does she stay?
Mayfair.
Did Diamond come over to her house first and then y'all rode out, or did you meet up with Diamond later?
We just met up.
Where'd y'all meet up at?
Mayfair.
We're at in Mayfair.
Halfway to our house.
How'd y'all get there?
Walk.
Do y'all always walk everywhere you go? Okay. You don't have a car or a bike or anything like that?
Well, I use somebody's bike.
What happened to your bike?
I still got it.
Was the baby with you guys yesterday? When y'all went
To Mayfair?
to Mayfair, the baby was with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so, Diamond, how old is Diamond?
Like 20 something, I think. Well, I don't really know it like that because that's my cousin. That's my big mama cousin.
Mm-hmm. And how old is she?
My big mama?
Mm-hmm.
20.
And you're 17? Okay. All right, so
Well, I
whenever...
think she's 19. Well, I don't know.
Am I in the
19.
right here? Because, I mean, it's totally different than what your girlfriend's saying. I mean, 100% 180 out. You and her are on two totally different pages.
I mean, I was just going to sit here and let you lie over and over and over again.
Was she lying?
About what?
Well, she said y'all didn't get up till 7 o'clock yesterday evening. Her mama watched the baby. She went over to somewhere else, and you went to Mayfair by yourself.
Work up at 7. I don't wake up around that time. I wake up around 11. Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
I would go around that every day.
I mean, look, when people talk, sometimes you're going to have a little bit of a difference, but 7 and 11, that's a big difference, you know? So somebody's not telling the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm. So when you went to Mayfair, we'll just keep going with this. Unless you'd rather change your story and start telling us the truth.
About what?
Just simple shit. What you did yesterday.
I just told you.
So is she a liar?
I know.
Well, somebody's lying.
I don't wake up around 7. I wake up around 11. I can't sleep that long. They say I woke up at 7 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you on that. There ain't no way I sleep till 7 o'clock at night.
It's like sleeping through the half of the whole day. I can't do
Well,
that.
Especially with a 1-year-old.
yeah. That's both me and her saying. So obviously she's trying to cover for you. And she ain't doing a very good job of it. I'd like to think you're the one in here being honest.
I am. I ain't got nothing to lie about.
Okay.
Kalisha claims he woke up around 11 a.m. at his baby mama's house, and by noon he was out in Mayfair with her cousin Diamond, and their 1-year-old daughter, supposedly spending a regular day. But there's a problem with that story. His girlfriend told investigators a completely different version of events. She claimed the two of them didn't even wake up until 7 in the evening, which means that Mr. 17-year-old wannabe gangster here is telling a lie, one of many to come.
Do you remember getting any other texts or anything like that?
Well, probably from other people when they use my phone.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think used your phone?
This boy's name is Caesar. And this boy named Vince.
Caesar and Vince?
That's fine.
Now, where'd you meet up with them at?
Down there watching.
In Warrington? How do you know them?
From school and just around the way.
Are they the same age as you?
Well, no, Vince is like 16. The other boy around like 18. One of them. I just know him from the boy Vince. I don't know him like that.
What's Vince's last name?
Winchester.
Now, how long you been knowing him?
For like, really not that long. I used to go to school with him at Warrenton.
Warrington Middle School?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you stayed in touch with him since then?
No, he just got out.
What was he in for?
I don't even really know.
Is he off in a program or something, or he gets sent off to jail?
Right. He's in the big thing county.
And it's Vince Winchester.
What does he look like?
He's short and black.
They muscled up.
A little bit. Well, he bigger than me.
What kind of hair does he have?
Like a fro.
Is it a big fro?
Like
Short
a
fro?
Medium.
Medium? Where does he stay?
On the east side, I think. Well, I don't know where he been staying at since he been out.
But you knew him to stay on the east side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now Caesar. How do you know him?
From Vince.
How long have you known him?
Really not that long, because he been locked up for a long time, too. He just got out, like, a month ago.
Demetrius, or Caesar as Kalisha will call him, in particular had a long history with law enforcement. He's the one who tried to run after Abel's murder and made it all the way to Louisiana before a separate run-in with police got him caught and extradited back to Florida. Even after the events of Abel's murder, nearly 5 years after, Demetrius would be involved in yet another homicide in 2023 while still on probation. Really just goes to show the kind of stand-up man he was, doesn't it?
So you said that yesterday you saw Caesar and Vince somewhere. Where was it that you saw him?
Warrenton.
Okay. Now, if you need to get a hold of them, how do you get a hold of them?
Facebook.
From Facebook?
Well, if they on Facebook.
What are they on Facebook as?
PJ. The other boy named is Long Live Trey.
Which one's which?
Well, Vince, his name is VJ, and the other boy's name is Long Live Trey.
VJ, how does he, is it spelled some funny way, like VE or something?
Yeah.
How do you think he spells it?
VJA. I think. Yeah, YY.
VJ, anything else to it?
No, ma'am.
And then the other one is what?
Long Live Trey on Facebook.
When's the last time you think you talked to them on Facebook?
Like when I got back from Warrenton.
Yesterday? Or another day?
Yesterday.
Okay. Who's this?
I know him.
Don't forget this man that cops just showed Kalisha a picture of, as he will become an incredibly important part of this story in a few minutes.
How do you know him?
From Facebook.
From Facebook?
When I went to school with him too.
Where'd you go to school with him?
Global.
When was that?
That's at elementary school. Like, around like 4th or 3rd grade, 2nd grade.
Have you seen him since then? And what's his name?
I know his last name Chambers. People be telling me his name, but I don't know it.
Who's telling you?
People that I be with in TA.
Why would they be telling you anything about him? Did you ever talk to him on Facebook? Are y'all friends on Facebook?
I think so.
When's the last time you talked to him on Facebook?
Like a day ago.
A day ago? What'd y'all talk about?
No, he was just texting me.
For what?
Cause I be with people that be playing with guns and stuff.
Okay. So why would he text you?
Cause I be like getting on, like, you know how the thing is on Facebook? It's like your story thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get on there and I play with people's guns and stuff. And he asked me if I'm selling them or something. And I'll be like, they're not mine.
So when do you think that was? Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
What time was that?
I don't even know.
Do you still have it?
Have what?
The messages.
Uh-uh.
What happened in the messages?
Somebody deleted it on my phone. Well, fence now.
Somebody just went into your phone and decided to delete your Facebook messages?
Well, this what really happened. He texted me and asked me was I selling a gun or something. And I was like, nope, I don't got none. But the boys I was with, they wanted, they text him back and was sending them pictures of theirs and junk.
So you were with them with your phone?
Yes, sir. Well, they were really using it. I was just watching them text.
Okay, so you're with them while this texting is going on.
But I left with my phone. Cause they ain't got no phone. They use my phone. Well, people be using my phone on TA.
So when all this is going on, where y'all are texting, where were you really?
I left when I went to TA.
And what time do you think that was?
Like right after I told my baby mama I was coming. Like 7 or 8. One of those.
Was it dark out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's a little bit later.
Up to this point, Kalisha has revealed how he's connected to the other two suspects and dropped another extremely important detail. He knows the man in the picture as someone called Craig. So how is Craig important to the story? Because Craig was one of the passengers in Abel's car the night he was killed. According to Kalisha, Craig had recently reached out to him about a potential gun purchase after seeing them posted on his Facebook. But that's only a small part of the story so far, because as you'll see, there's a lot more that Kalisha is hiding about this gun purchase, as it will become a centerpiece in his telling of events.
You're doing good. Keep going.
Here's the thing. I mean, You've never been in trouble before. You've never even been arrested before. And now you're in here. And you know why you're here. I mean, this is not the time to try to cover for somebody else for their bullshit. Not when you're sitting here handcuffed to a table and they're not. You have a baby mama. You have a 1-year-old baby. And you've got to think about them, and you've got to think about yourself, because you've got your whole life ahead of you. And you've obviously done something right to avoid getting arrested for this long. So you're not like that. You're not supposed to be chained to this table. But here you are. And now it's time for you to start getting right and telling us the whole story and stop making us try to drag it out of you.
Because you're not doing a very good job. You're lying.
Your story is all over the place. And let me tell you something. We didn't just find you today out of the blue, okay? You know that. We didn't just drive down Border Street and say, let's him. It didn't happen like that. Something led us there. Okay? So you know we're not full of shit here. You know why we're here.
I was just scared, man.
I know. I'd be scared too. But the only person that can help your situation right now is you. Okay? And the way that you can help yourself out of this is by forgetting all that shit and start telling the truth. Because there's a good chance that we already know. Okay? You know we know. Because we found you today. So it's time to start talking about how Craig came over there.
Alright. This is what happened. He was texting me about a gun that I really didn't have. I was supposed to meet up with him, but I didn't. The boy name I gave you, they went, and I went home, and they met up with him, I think. And I guess they supposed to trade and do something, but I don't know. I wasn't there.
I mean, I appreciate you finally coming clean with that part, okay? I did. But I think you're still holding back. In fact, I know you're still holding back. You gotta remember something. There's video at TA. There's video at the warehouse right next door. There's video at the store right out front of TA. There's video across the street. And there are people walking and driving all over the place. There's people everywhere.
Me and them two boys' name I gave you, VJ and Demetrius, they came back running into TA, telling me what all happened, what was going on.
What did they tell you?
It was like somebody that he was with. They like it was they said it was him and 2 other people. they was like, the driver was he did something, and he said he shot him on the accident.
Who said he shot him?
The boy Vince.
See the one with the fro?
Yeah, short and black.
This, at the very least, checks out. Vincent Winchester was confirmed to be the one who pulled the trigger.
So, whose idea was it?
Theirs.
Was either one of them more responsible for it? Which one?
Demetrius.
Is that something that you know him to do?
Kinda. Cause he kept on boosting my head up to do it, and I was like, no. So him and that boy Vance, they went out there. I ain't go.
Mm-hmm.
How old would you say Vince was?
16.
16. And Demetrius, how old?
Like 18. Well, one of those, 17, 18.
So between 16 and 18. Do you know where they stay out there? Do they stay out there in TA?
That's all.
Where they stay at?
I know Demetrius stayed in Warrington somewhere. And Vance stayed on the east side.
So how'd they end up in TA?
Bikes.
Did they come with you? So was the whole thing about going down to Warrington earlier that day, was that all a bunch of bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We left Warrington and went to TA. And I stayed out there for a little with him.
Was your girl with you?
She left.
She out there at TA at all?
She was close by Bell's Head.
So what was the deal with the gun? You said it was a BB gun? And what was the arrangement going to be?
He was to trade them for it.
And he was going to trade them?
Mm-hmm.
Has he ever met them before?
I think so.
When did he meet them?
We all used to go to school together.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many times did you talk to Craig on the phone about this whole thing?
Not really that much. Cause that boy had my phone. Demetrius had my phone.
So, not really that much, or not at all?
Not really that much.
How many times do you think that you talked to him? Was it on text? Was it on Facebook?
Text.
Text. And what were y'all texting back and forth?
Shit. We said why?
No, what?
Oh, cause he wanted to trade them. And he kept on calling my phone.
How long were they planning this?
A long time. Like,
Because, I mean, here's the problem. I mean, all of this communication is going on between you and him. He says he's only dealing with you.
I ain't go out there. Them two went out there.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about that. He doesn't say that you were there for all that. So you're good on that. But he says he's talking to you on the phone about it. Is that right?
Like for a little minute.
How many times do you think you talked to him on the phone?
Like one time.
One time? And when do you think that was?
Like, close to dark time. Well, dark time.
Was it around the time that this happened?
Yeah. I answered the phone one time. He kept on blowing my phone off. But I wasn't answering. I only answered like one time.
And when you answered, what'd y'all talk about?
He was telling me to meet him, but I didn't meet him. Them two met him. Cause they was the one that was really supposed to do the trade thing. So them two went out there. And I stayed in the back with him.
They bring a gun back.
Yeah.
Did you see the gun before they went out there? What did they say when they got back?
They was like, one of the boy Vince was like, he was like, I shot him. I was like, who? He like, the driver. I was like, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Kalisha explains that the plan wasn't his. According to him, it was Vincent and Demetrius's idea, and he stayed behind while the others went through with it. A short time later, they returned, with Vincent telling them that he had shot the driver. But Abel was never the intended target. The real target was his friend Craig. Abel was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, this only raises more questions. Why was Craig their target? And more importantly, how did a routine gun exchange escalate into a fatal shooting that left the wrong person dead? As detectives will find out, this was never meant to be a simple gun trade to begin with.
We understand that. But you knew beforehand what the deal was. They were going to go out there and jack him, right?
But I ain't know they was gonna do that. I thought they was just gonna do the little trade thing, but I guess not. All I heard was shots.
Many shots.
Like two. Yeah, like 2 or 3.
I mean, you didn't know they were going over there to kill him. All you thought was they was just going to go over there and rob him, right?
Yeah. Well, I really thought they was just gonna do the little trade thing. I ain't know all that was gonna happen.
Come on, man. I mean, you made it this far. You done hit the boy up. He's talking to you. You two boys that are with you are sitting there and say, hey, yeah, get that guy, come over here. I mean, you knew what was up.
Yeah, but I ain't know they was gonna do all that. I thought they was gonna do the little trade thing.
Right. You knew that they was going to rob him, but you didn't know that they were going to murder him. I mean, that's understandable. Surely you didn't think they were going to kill the guy. You had enough sense to stay back to the house. I mean, bad things happen to good people. I mean, you've kept out of trouble. I'm not trying to say you're a bad dude. But, I mean, bad shit does happen to good people. And, I mean, you just got caught up in the middle of it tonight with 2 knuckleheads. Even though they were going to go rob them, fools. I mean, they're stupid for coming out there. Ain't nothing happens at Oakwood good after dark.
I mean, the problem is, you know him. You've been communicating with him. He told us all about it. He said he called you right before this happened.
Yeah.
And he spoke to you. And you knew he was coming.
Well, that's your saving grace. You didn't know they were going to go around there and murder the boy.
They killed him?
Yeah, they killed him. That's why this is homicide investigation. Dead.
I ain't know they was gonna do that. I thought they was gonna do the little trade thing like they said they was gonna do. I know they would do all that.
Up until this point, Kalisha has no idea that Abel had actually died from his injuries, but that's about to change.
I'm telling the truth, cause I know I ain't do it. That's why I told you their names.
I mean, we get it.
I got a whole family. I'm not even gonna lie about nothing like this. And
You know what would have been the right thing to do?
what?
Yo, I need to talk to somebody. I need to tell them what just happened. Instead of us having to run you down, coming to get you.
But I didn't know they killed me.
I understand that. But you know, you got shot. Then we gotta go through all this mess, drag it out of you. You want to play games for the first minute.
I'm
We're in.
scared.
Hey, I understand. I understand.
Y'all probably think I did, but I
Nope.
know I didn't.
That's not what they said. They said it was 2 other boys that jumped the fence.
Yeah,
You're able to corroborate that. You recognize that picture? Or the people in the picture?
That's not them.
It's not them.
It's Vince is like, he's shorter than that. I think he had his shirt on. Demetria has some shorts on.
But them boys supposed to go over there and buy some
Where?
Craig and
Because, well, no. It was just for the little trade thing.
help me understand this trade thing with the gun. I don't understand that. You already got some fire. You going over there to trade another one?
Yeah,
You
they're
can
supposed
swap.
they're supposed to trade.
It don't make no sense to me. I can understand if they're gonna go over there and buy one.
They say they had one and he had one.
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to switch. He supposed to give him that one. He supposed to give him that one. They were supposed to switch them out.
Okay. They tell you what happened? What went sideways with it?
He was like, well, what a picture. He was like, he was like, he didn't want to give it up. He didn't want to give me the gun.
Probably because that gun they had was shit.
Yeah,
And he didn't want to give his up for a piece of shit.
yeah.
So what do you think happened then?
So he was like, he shot the driver. Well, he shot somebody. Well, the person that died.
We keep saying driver.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They
Did
just
he
said-
say that, or
Yeah, he said that.
which one said that?
Thanks. But I was texting him on Messenger about it. I ain't gonna lie. Then he was like, the boy Craig,
Mm-hmm.
whatever his name is, he was like, text my phone or call me. So I text his phone and he was just showing me the gun and so I was like, they was like, yeah, we'll trade. They was like, yeah, tell her you'll trade. And I was like, man, I ain't. So they told me to do all that, set all that up. So I did that. I guess they ain't supposed to do all that. I guess it went wrong. Well, it ain't gonna plan as they planned it, I guess. But I was telling them, yeah, the trade. I wasn't gonna trade. They really they whole little setup thing. Cause they wanted the gun real bad, and they was boosting my head up and telling me to do it.
I mean, obviously they knew that they had shit and he wasn't going to trade once they saw their stuff. I mean, at what point did they tell you that they weren't going to take his shit?
They came back and they was like, he didn't want to give it to me, give it to them.
You know what kind of gun that Craig had?
I know it was all black. I think it was like it was small like that. He sent me a picture, and I sent a picture of the one they had. And he was like, "Yeah, we can trade. But first, he was telling me to meet. He was telling me to come meet him at the Brentfield, but I ain't go. They went instead, but they didn't go to the Brentfield. I guess they came to TA, I think. Then they came out there running. I was like, he didn't want to give it to him. So I said he said he shot whoever.
I mean, I guess the problem I'm having with it is that if you think that it's just a trade,
that's what it's supposed to be. But I didn't know they was gonna do all that.
why are you worried about staying behind?
Man. What you mean stand behind?
Well, you didn't go with them.
I didn't.
Because you knew what was up. You knew what they was getting ready to do. It wasn't a secret. That's why you stayed back. Because you didn't want no part of that bullshit. So obviously it was discussed before they went over there what was up, right? It wasn't no trade. They were going to take
Yeah. They really supposed to trade, but they really go take it
that's,
from them.
that's the way it was set up to be.
Yeah.
We're going to get them over here to trade guns. We're going to trade, but that wasn't the deal. They were going to take it.
Yeah.
Give me your gun.
Yeah.
Give it up. Right. So we passed it was a trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was to get them there. But the intention was
To take it.
right. This is a robbery. Give me y'all shit.
You're a smart kid, so you hang back because you know that they can pick you out.
The trade was never real. It was a setup for a robbery from the start. Using Kalisha's phone, the trio had been messaging Craig, luring him to Oakwood Terrace under the pretense of swapping guns, and Craig had no idea what he was walking into. That night, Abel had just left his grandmother's birthday dinner when Craig needed a ride. Being a friend, he said yes. He drove to Oakwood Terrace to pick him up, with another passenger already in the car, completely unaware of what Craig was there for, and with no connection to the gun deal whatsoever. When the car pulled up, Vincent and Demetrius were already there, waiting. Vincent was armed and immediately began threatening the passengers, demanding they hand over their belongings. During this chaos, Abel stepped on the gas in an attempt to flee before Vincent could rob them. This resulted in Vincent opening fire into the vehicle. Multiple rounds struck Abel, hitting several vital organs, and he was pronounced dead shortly after reaching the hospital.
Sometimes good people make bad decisions. Would it be fair to say that you made a bad decision?
Very bad. Now I might not get out.
I mean,
I told the truth.
you did.
I'm just scared, man.
Absolutely, you're scared. And you should be. It's like I told you from the beginning, you didn't know that it was going to happen this way. Because it really wasn't meant to happen this way. But the best thing that you can do for yourself,
I can't do nothing now.
you can. You can. Okay? Because this isn't over.
You might as well say it.
It has everything to do with what you say from here on out. Okay? Look at me. I want you to look at me, okay? And remember that I told you this. From here on out, you tell the truth. Don't beat around the bush and bullshit. Just tell like it happened, okay? And that's what's gonna help you out. Okay? You made a bad decision. You got mixed up with the wrong people. But you're not a bad person. Okay?
I didn't know all that was go down. So I did.
And we don't think that you did.
I thought you were going to do the little trade thing. But I guess not.
Well, but, I mean, like we discussed before, it wasn't just a trade.
They were really supposed to take it from me.
What did they say they were going to do? How was it supposed to happen?
Well, this was really supposed to happen. They were telling me to text him because the boy, he be getting on Facebook and just posted guns and stuff. And they'll be like, they're like, you know him? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, why? They like, tell him to meet you. Cause I'm taking his gun. I'm gonna take his gun. So I did that. So I told, well, we left for Warrenton, went to TA. I was out there chilling for the day. But first I was at the pool. Then they came on their bikes after I came from Warrenton from the pool with my cousin. They came like later that night, around like 7 or 8. Yeah, around 7 or 8. And they were texting me. They was like, you gonna tell them to come? I was like, no. They was like, you scared, man, you scared. And I was like, I ain't gotta be scared of nothing. I'm just thinking smart. And they was like, man, you scared. So I just let them get in my head and just let them trick my brain. And I told him to come. And he went out there. But next thing go out there playing it. Then he came, Fetch came out there, he was like, he shot somebody in the car. I don't know who it was. He said he shot somebody. I heard the shots. It was like 2 or 3. I heard it. And they came back around there. They got their bikes and they left. Like, I think they went towards the back. They had my phone. So I left. And I went to go get my phone from this boy that stayed like coasting areas. It's like in a circle. I went to go get my phone. Then I came back to TA. Stayed out there for a little. Cause I went my cousin to bring me the bike so I could go. Then I was just out there waiting. And I left and I went to go meet my baby mama. And then soon I got there, like I was outside talking to her stepdaddy. Just talking. Not about what happened, we were just talking about old stuff. Like, then they called me when I got in the room. They're like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, I ain't do nothing. No, and I was like, y'all alright? They're like, yeah. No, I'm like, that junk crazy. And they were just saying like, they wasn't there, but they really was there. They was like, no, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. He was the main one boosting my head, though. Him right there.
This one? Caesar?
Yes, ma'am. Cause he wanted the gun bad.
What did he want it for?
He kept on talking about, when I get out there, I'm gonna take the stick. And I was like, do what y'all do then. Man, I ain't know they were gonna do all that. They were shooting and jump. I thought they were gonna take the gun from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess not.
Alright. Is there anything else I need to know? You swear everything that you told me was the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sit tight for me. You need anything? You good?
Oh, sorry. How long I gotta sit in? How long I gotta sit in?
I don't know that answer right now. Okay. But if you need anything, holler.
And with that, Kalicia's interrogation comes to an end, as he comes to terms with the fact that his 1-year-old girl will likely grow up without him around. Vincent Winchester was ultimately convicted of second-degree murder with a firearm and sentenced to 50 years in prison, including a 25-year mandatory minimum. He appealed, arguing that the evidence didn't prove he acted with a depraved mind, but the courts ruled otherwise, stating that firing multiple rounds into a car full of people speaks for itself. Kalicia Watson pleaded guilty to robbery with a weapon and received 25 years in prison for his role in setting up the robbery that cost Abel his life. Demetrius Caesar was sentenced to just 4 years. He was released on probation in 2023 and was implicated in yet another homicide not long after. Our thoughts are with Abel's family and all those who loved him. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.